Welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Corpus Christi. My name is Deborah Sunderman, and I'm pleased to be your worship associate this morning. Whether this is the first time you've been with us or you've been with us for years, in person or online, we unconditionally welcome you as your full, authentic self. We're excited to welcome you to our worship service this morning. We welcome all faiths and no faiths. In particular, we welcome you as you are, however you love, and wherever you are on your journey. We are a lay-led congregation offering Sunday services that feature voices as varied as our community. And today we will hear from Reverend Misha Sanders speaking to us from Georgia, and she will pop in from time to time on the video. Our gathering together during this time has intention and purpose. This space at this time is holy and sacred. Though we may sometimes fall short of our ideals, we come together with the intention to grow as spiritual and moral beings. To that end, we recite a covenant each week, which is not a creed, but is a promise we make to one another. We strive to live within our values: interdependence, equity, transformation, pluralism, generosity, and justice, with love at the center. Now for the announcements. And guess what? I have a few. We had a great turnout for our last Awe Adventure, which was the Come From Away musical. Many thanks who came to enjoy that awesome story of moral beauty. The next Awe Adventure is drumming with the South Texas Association of Indigenous People on Saturday, February 21st. We will gather at Hans Suter Park off Ennis Jocelyn Road at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Jill Morning Songbird Robinson is their drum keeper, and she will make sure that there are enough community drums for all of us to participate, and she will provide all the necessary instructions if you've never done this before. Bring your own lawn chair. No other equipment or training is needed. All members, friends, guests, visitors are welcome to come and see what this awesome community activity will do for your soul. The sign-up sheet is on the slat wall in the hallway, and for more information, you can talk to me or Jill. If you would like to lead our Awe Adventures group, I can tell you it is the best leadership opportunity in the church. You don't have to ask anyone to donate money or labor. You just invite them to awesome events. Make it soul-inspiring. So, I'll help you. So let me know if you're ready to dip your toe into this leadership opportunity. The second thing is the Southwestern Unitarian Universalist Women's Organization. They're having a conference in Navasota, Spirit of the Woods. It is the weekend of March 6th. Regular registration of $125 is available through February 16th, after which the price goes up $25. Lodging is available with double occupancy at $220 per person for the weekend. Debbie, Lauren, and Kathy's friend are going. So carpooling or caravanning is possible. Just let us know. It'll be a fun ladies' weekend. The third thing, the church directory. The pictorial directory for 2026 are here. See me for your copy, one per household. If you need it mailed to you, let me know and I will get that done. Otherwise, if you don't pick it up, it will be put in the office to be used for new people as the year goes on. The fourth thing is our Path to Membership meeting. The first one is going to be today in the double classroom, also known as the Raspberry Room, down the hall and on the left. Please come immediately after the service so that nobody distracts you with coffee and conversation. Thus endeth the announcements. It is our custom in this church to offer visitors and newcomers a chance to introduce themselves if they feel comfortable doing so. If it is your first time here or you just feel ready to say hello after coming for a while, we invite you to stand as you are able or raise your hand. Ren will bring you the microphone so that our streaming viewers can hear you and you can tell us your name and where you're from. Are there any visitors or newcomers here today who would like to introduce themselves?
Hello, hi. I'm not exactly a visitor. I've been here a few times, but it's been a while, so hi, I'm Levi. It's nice to see you fine folks again. I live here in Corpus Christi, but I work out of town, so I haven't been able to see y'all, and just happy to be here.
Unfortunately, I have an announcement. It is about the endowment fund. Meetings coming up in March. And we have an amount of money that we were able to remove from our endowment fund for projects, capital projects. The roof repair has been designated as to a priority, which we saved money from on the last one, and we're going to make up whatever needs to be done on this one. If you have any other suggestions for capital improvements, and this means stuff built or whatever by the church, we have, I believe, Michael said, a deadline of February 27th, 28th to get us into that, and that's when the meetings will start and decisions will be made. So if anyone has a project that they're interested in and proposing, please do so by then.
Any other visitors who would like to introduce themselves? No? Okay. Well, welcome. We are glad you are all here. We invite you to please join us for conversation after the service. We would like to get to know you. Our service will now begin. Please rise in body or spirit to sing with the choir. And now the Reverend Misha Sanders will provide us with some opening words.
Sure will, if I can unmute. I think I did it right. Hi, everybody. Good morning. I am the Reverend Misha Sanders. She, her are my pronouns. Thank you for coming out today, and happy Bad Bunny concert day. Thanks for letting me crash y'all's pre-game party. Our call to worship this morning is by my friend, Reverend Sherry Woodbury. Again, we reground ourselves here in our highest values. Love is...
Love is.
Love is.
Reverend Sanders. Well, in the meantime, I would like to invite Sloan to come forward and light our chalice.
Hey, am I back, y'all?
You are.
Okay, shall I just continue where I left off?
Yes, please.
All right, my friend Reverend Sherry Woodbury said, hold on, let me get this set up again. I'm going to try to set it up. You're going to see some weirdness in my bedroom, possibly. These hula hoops on the wall that I was trying to cover. And also now I'm crooked. Well, this is going to be an adventure today, y'all. I love it. I am here for it. Do I see somebody knitting there on the front row? I hope that's what I see. I love that. That's one of the first things that I saw when I first visited a UU church is people in the choir loft were knitting. And I said, you know what? I think I belong there. This is the kind of place for me. Again, we reground ourselves here in our highest values. Love is the center and foundation of this faith. Love is the power that holds us together as a community. As we enter into worship, then, let us open our hearts to the healing power of liberating love. Because love is not only something we receive, but something we practice in community. Let fall away all that might distract us from the wholehearted practice of love. Let us be accountable to one another for doing the work of living our shared values through the spiritual discipline of love. As we continue to listen and learn, to act and grow, may each unfold in wholeness, both deeply loving and truly loved.
Thank you. We have lit the chalice during your absence. And so please rise in body or spirit for the affirmation of our church covenant. Love is the doctrine of this church. The quest of truth is its sacrament, and service is its prayer. To dwell together in peace, to seek knowledge in freedom, to serve human need to the end that all souls shall grow into harmony with the divine. Thus do we covenant with each other and with all we hold sacred. Please be seated. I can see laughter, or I can see tears. I see a choice, love or fear. What do you choose? I can see peace, or I can see war. I can see sunshine, or I can see a storm. What do you choose? Now I choose to live with freedom flying from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying for the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. I choose love. I can see sharing, or I can see greed. I can see caring, or poverty. What do you choose? I can see gardens, or I can see bombs. I can see life or death coming on strong. What do you choose? Now I choose to live with freedom flying from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying for the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. I choose love. I see us healing, the darkness dying. I see us dawning as one world united. So what do you choose? Love or fear? Oh, we choose. Now I choose to live with freedom flying from my heart where the light keeps shining. I choose to feel the whole world crying. I choose to feel the one voice rising. I choose to feel us all united in the strength that we can rise above. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. I choose love. I would now like to invite up Tess Cherry for the reading of the story of all ages.
That is daunting. I am not that tall. All right. Ma, you're going to have to put it back up for a second. Okay. All right. Good morning. I am Tess Cherry, your religious exploration coordinator here at U2C3. It is my pleasure to read our story today entitled All Our Neighbors by Alexandra Penfold and Susan Kaufman. What is a community? It's a place for you and me. Come along and you'll see. We all are neighbors here. We start our days in different ways. Some go to work and others stay. We're here for each other, come what may. We are all neighbors here. Let's go walking, friends and neighbors here to greet. Oh, so many folks to meet. We all are neighbors here. What is a community? It's a place for you and me. Come along and you'll see. We all are neighbors here. A friendly smile, a familiar face, helping hands just in case. Taking care of our shared space. We are all neighbors here. We can help each other along, building bonds that are strong, so everyone knows that they belong. We all are neighbors here. What is a community? It's a place for you and me. Come along and you'll see. We all are neighbors here. The sound of music in the street, the scent of goodies ready to eat. Feeling at home and complete, we all are neighbors here. This is our community. We celebrate diversity. There's a place for everybody. We all are neighbors here. I would like to invite the young and young at heart to join me in our reading.
Everywhere you may go. After our meditation reading and time of silence, and when the music begins, all who would like to are invited to come to the chalice table and light a candle, representing a joy or sorrow you may be holding in your heart today. Please come up one at a time from any direction, and keep in mind, the further back your candle sits, the less danger it poses to the next person's mitts. If you are with us online today, you are welcome to share your joys and sorrows in the chat feature. And now, Reverend Sanders will have a reading for our meditation.
Our reading today is by the Reverend Kate Landis, a Unitarian Universalist hospital chaplain in Edmonds, Washington. The Dalai Lama says that when we make a mistake, we need to ask, can I love this too? Can I love all of me? Even the peevish parts, even the insecure bits, the anxious bits? Because I can love my niece even when she sticks her hand in my cup of coffee and gets mad and hollers at me for it. It's easy. I don't expect her to be perfect. Can I extend that understanding to myself? Can I love my anxiety too? My depression too? My desire to seem like I have my shit together even when I'm freaking out? Can I love all of me? In my life, I have received this big, engulfing, no questions asked love. From old church ladies who winced at my blue hair but loved me anyway. From my do we have to talk about feelings little brother when I was shattered into depression, weeping shards on the kitchen floor and he sat beside me. From seminary friends after I told them terrified that I wondered if a person with my mental health history should be a minister. And they said, hell yes. From church board members after I shoved my foot halfway down my throat. From nurses in the psych ward. I am broken, yet beloved. In all the moments when I needed love, but I didn't deserve it, hadn't earned it, couldn't appreciate it, love enveloped me, a bounty without end. I saw this bounty in my congregation, fearless, unshakable love for each of this world's broken souls. It's why I fell in love with them. Every Sunday we say, whoever you are, wherever you came from, whoever you love, wherever you are on life's journey, you are welcome here. It knocks the wind right out of me. I didn't know the human heart could hold so much love before I met this faith. I want you to know that you are loved beyond your wildest imaginings by the spirit of creation. Every bit of you is holy, even the embarrassing parts, even the thoughts you wouldn't tell your best friend. God is in your very cells, calling you to live a loving, joyful, boisterous life, to go easier on yourself, to accept that you are a blessing, to spread the word that there is no original sin, that we are all glorious gifts to a world that desperately needs us. I want you to know that you are a strand in the web of all existence, one dewdrop-spangled thread reflecting the early morning sun, connected to every other living creature, frogs, mushrooms, great blue whales, and you. You are never alone. You are born into a huge family of life. Sit in the grass and know that it is your sibling. Watch the crows circle and think of them as gossiping cousins. This is your world, and you are worthy.
Reverend Misha Sanders is a community chaplain in Metro Atlanta and a fiery preacher of the good news of universal love. She believes that the whole world is built and rebuilt by the stories we tell ourselves and each other. Please welcome again, Reverend Sanders.
Thanks, Debbie. I believe it's Nick who's talking in the chat and said, "Oh, I didn't know that the camera was so close to the chalice lighting table or the candle lighting table." So I could see all of you up close when you came up just now and lit your candles, and that was beautiful. Don't ever change that. I think this is a really cool angle. I got to see you up close, and it was my favorite part of the service so far. So as I preached to you today, if you want to come up and light more candles or play in the sand or like make faces at me, that would be cool. Dr. Cornel West, professor, activist, brilliant mind, and UU General Assembly Ware lecturer in 2015, famously said many times that justice is what love looks like in public. And what a beautiful coalescence of Unitarian Universalist values right here in this month of love, in this love-centered faith, and in this month in our nation in which we highlight Black history, which is, after all, just plain old world history, and really shouldn't need to be relegated to a special month. But of course, we know that we do still need Black History Month each year in a society still swimming feverishly upstream in the raging floodwaters of white supremacy culture that would have us believe that teaching our children the truth is an act of political divisiveness. But here we know with the fullness of who we are that it is in fact an act of great love for all of our children to teach them the whole unvarnished truth about who we are and how we got to be this way. Justice is what love looks like in public, Dr. West says. Do you believe that to be true? Do I believe that to be true? I think I do. I say I do. I have a lot of big words sometimes. A few years ago, when we were all virtual during COVID lockdown, the congregation I served then in a suburb of Atlanta shared a recorded UUA worship service in which some of our local UU family from the Abundant Love congregation in Atlanta posed the question, what if you had only 30 days to love? How much of my time would I spend in the service of making justice? And how even do we go about such a thing when we are, after all, each just one person and we're all pretty tapped out right now with basic functioning requirements? Thank you very much. Yeah, I don't know very many good answers to that question. And love and justice are two of my very favorite things to study and preach and do my darndest to practice. A part of me wonders if the most powerful act of justice sometimes is just stubbornly refusing to give up on love, on receiving it, on giving it, on finding the core of inherent worth and dignity and even lovability in ridiculous people who get on my very last 3 remaining nerves. The late Howard Thurman, who was, among other things, an author, philosopher, theologian, educator, and civil rights leader, said this, and anyone who has spent any time around me whatsoever will not be one bit surprised that it is one of my 2 favorite Thurman quotes. Thurman said, "Here is a mystery. If sweeping through the door of my heart there moves continually a genuine love for you, it bypasses all your hate and all your indifference and gets through to you at your center. You are powerless to do anything about it. You may keep alive in devious ways the fires of your bitter heart, but they cannot get through to me. Underneath the surface of all the tension, something else is at work. It is utterly impossible for you to keep another from loving you." Oh my goodness, my friends, it is impossible to keep from being loved as long as there is someone alive who is choosing to love you, and therefore it is impossible to be utterly unlovable. I might have to go lie down about that one for a minute. I can think of some people who I think are really unlovable right about now, can't you? We might be thinking the same thoughts and having the same pictures in our head. But, sweet as that sentiment is, I really do wonder what the implications might be for justice work if we truly and completely decided to just lead with love no matter what. In her wonderful book, All About Love, the late Bell Hooks speaks about the power of justice and its interconnectedness with love to spur us to lives of deeper spirituality. Hooks writes, a commitment to spiritual life necessarily means we embrace the eternal principle that love is all, everything, our true destiny. Despite overwhelming pressure to conform to the culture of lovelessness, we still seek to know love. That seeking in itself is a manifestation of divine spirit. Life-threatening nihilism abounds in contemporary culture, Hooks said, crossing the boundaries of race, class, gender, and nationality. At some point, it affects all our lives. Everyone I know is at times brought low by feelings of depression and despair about the state of the world. Whether it is the ongoing worldwide presence of violence expressed by the persistence of man-made war, hunger or starvation, the day-to-day reality of violence, the presence of life-threatening diseases that cause the unexpected deaths of friends, comrades, and loved ones, there is much that brings everyone to the brink of despair. But Hooks continues, in A Path with a Heart, Jack Kornfield shares, the longing for love and the movement of love is underneath all of our activities. Give us the strength to love. And the brilliant late Miss Hooks goes on eloquently from there. I believe that not only was Bell Hooks right on point, but she really described the Unitarian Universalism most of us aspire to live into really, really well. Because what is our core spirituality about anyway, if not love? I've been asserting for decades now that it is absolutely appropriate to substitute the word love every time you hear the word God, if God language makes you uncomfortable. Love doesn't care what you call them. They just respond to your intention anyway. Words don't matter. In fact, this idea of substituting the word love for God was absolutely the undoing of the United Pentecostal theology I was taught as a child and a young person, and it changed me forever. In Christian scripture, the Apostle John said, "Beloved, let us love one another, for love is of God, and everyone who loves is born of God and knows God. They that love not know not God, for God is love." 1 John 4, 7, and 8. That's my next tattoo, by the way. And friends, I've said it many times before, and I'll probably say it again. I decided to become a fundamentalist, hardcore, scriptural literalist about just this one passage of scripture, just the one, because it serves me so well. And I haven't ever met a human so far who isn't a scriptural cherry picker anyway. So I decided to just pick love as my supreme deity and run with it. Here's what it's led me to. Anytime I hear the word God, in any context, I just substitute in the word love and test it out to see if it still makes any sense. And if it doesn't make sense, then it can't be true. In the preface to his masterwork, Leaves of Grass, Walt Whitman wrote, "Re-examine all that you've been told in church, or in school, or church, or in any book, and dismiss whatever insults your own soul. And your very flesh shall be a great poem, and have the richest fluency, not only in its words, but in the silent lines of its lips and face, between the lashes of your eyes, and in every motion and joint of your body." And so, friends, when I hear the word God being thrown around in contexts where love is not present, I dismiss it because it insults my soul. You know that one tiny but loudmouth church in Kansas that tours around with the big ugly signs that reads, "God hates certain people"? Well, when I substitute the word love in for God, well, that just don't make no damn sense, does it? So I believe it can't possibly be true. Love hates, well, it doesn't even matter what word comes next because it isn't true. Love is the truth, and justice is what love and Unitarian Universalist spirituality and God, if you like that kind of talk, looks like in public. It looks like LGBTQ young people showing up en masse wearing 6-foot-high angel wings and standing side by side to cover up the lines of protesters carrying those hate-filled signs at a war veteran's funeral. You've all seen the pictures of that, I'm sure. It looks like the caravan of bikers showing up at the same procession with engines revving to drown out the bullhorn-carrying preachers of anything but God, anything but justice, anything but love. Speaking of LGBTQ plus youth, Pride Foundation is an organization founded in 1985 in the midst of the HIV/AIDS crisis by a small but courageous group of people who came together to create a source of light and hope during a period of profound darkness. This reading is from their website, pridefoundation.org. It was written for Valentine's Day in 2017, but it feels just as timely today as it did then. From the organization's leader, Chris Hermans. Engraved on the south wall of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s memorial in Washington, D.C. is this quote: "I believe that unarmed truth and unconditional love will have the final word in reality. This is why right, temporarily defeated, is stronger than evil triumphant." This sentiment is what I'm especially holding on to today, Hermans continues. During this last month, I have thought of this quote often as we have witnessed our country's leaders malign entire nations and religions, give harmful bullies bonuses and guns and absolutely no restrictions over whatsoever to terrorize our cities and our people, as they continue to try to make blatant lies believable by passing them off as alternative facts, despite the fact that cameras are recording the truth they tell us that is not real. None of us have a clear blueprint on how to navigate this new reality, this one volatile crisis after another. As we move heavy-hearted through each day, we still need to try to look to these pillars Dr. King laid out for guidance. Every other time our communities have experienced moments like this, we have joined arms and rooted ourselves in unconditional love and mutual support. Together, we have had the strength to continue creating a world based on these principles. Nearly 2,000 of my colleagues and I answered the call from our beloveds in Minneapolis just last month, a couple of weeks ago, to side with love and stare down violence, hate, and death. Many of us, while wearing our Side with Love stoles and singing love songs to our neighbors trapped inside their homes and terrified to even open the curtains. But it was because of the ongoing, relentless community organizing in sub-zero temperatures by those hardy Minnesotans themselves that showed us exactly what love looks like in public. And I pray it is true when I say that that experience has changed me for good. In this moment, as in every moment of progress that has preceded us and paved our way, we must remember that there is no safety in silence, nor in waiting it out on the sidelines. We cannot allow walls to be constructed between us or borders to be built around us. We cannot and will not allow people to be targeted for who they are, or where they come from, for who they love. And I know that just saying these words will not make these convictions become reality. Yeah, we got to find ways to continue to show up over and over again for those whose lives are being threatened and for the values we hold most dear. I know. Justice is what love looks like in public. In a world where anxiety and animosity have become commonplace in our daily lives, Dr. West's words feel both like a call to action and the only true path forward. We must be unwavering and vigilant in our response to all attacks on anyone's humanity. We must continue, like our forebears, to act up with phone calls, at demonstrations, with conversations, at fundraisers, through art, and at the voting booth. And in all of the actions we carve out each day to raise up the values of love and truth. Yeah, we're outraged and united in our opposition to state-sponsored terrorism, to wealthy and powerful men getting away with destroying the lives of children with their depraved, unchecked perversions. And whew, y'all tired yet? I'm tired. Because we must also continue to advocate strongly for all students to have access to affirming learning environments. We must actively declare our love is both legal and legitimate to the legislators trying to change state tax codes to not recognize same-sex marriages. We must stand firm in our belief that every person deserves the opportunity to live openly and safely. As opponents of equality in Washington work to gather signatures to put, yes, more initiatives on ballots to target transgender people. We continue to say that reproductive health care is basic health care and none of government's business. We continue showing up because it will take every single one of us to protect our progress in this climate of hate and fear. Wow, that's exhausting, y'all. Ultimately, all of the actions we take in moments like this to lift up our shared humanity will move us along the path toward justice. And I believe that because they are fundamentally acts of unconditional love. I wonder if you might spend some time this week pondering what love looks like in public for you. What kind of justice-making work calls to your heart? No act is too small. It's important to affirm that. We might not think of small acts of love as justice-making, but where better to begin? I don't think small is insignificant at all, and small can be a brilliant starting point, especially with our children. It's a brilliant starting point with me when I'm dealing with people who are not behaving in ways that make me think particularly loving thoughts. Some days those tiny acts are not only enough, they are all I can muster the energy for. Relatable to anyone? Will you think about how you can show up as justice making in your life and in the life of your beloved community? Because I'm working hard on putting more verbs in my sentences and practicing what I preach, walking my walk, my talk, doing the work of justice, and being the body of divine love manifest right here in the middle of this beautiful, brutal mess that we've made of everything. And I believe wholeheartedly that you are too. And as Howard Thurman sort of said in that earlier quote already, I love you. And there ain't a damn thing you can do about it. Thanks, y'all. Elena Westbrook said, "Go in hope, for the arc of the universe is long, and we can bend it toward justice. Go in courage, for together we have the strength to confront injustice in our daily lives and in the larger world. Go in love, because a holy and generous love is both the reason and the means by which we transform our lives." Go in love, everybody.
It's time now to sing out, though the story never ends. Celebrate, remember, in the life of friends. Love, remember the love, remember the love, measure in love. Seasons of love, seasons of love.
Blessed be.